Most business owners don't have a time problem, they have a design problem.
So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the silent team and what it looks like to build a business where you are the front person of it, but you have a team that works silently and effectively in the background, taking off your workload.
Yeah, because we actually had a team of 16 people.
Including plus you and me, so we were 18 together with us.
And it was horrible.
Yes.
I became an assistant to our assistants.
Yeah.
It was not the reason why I started this business.
We're going to move into talking about the silent team. So on that topic, could you please share a little bit about what you're currently building right now?
Currently, I fell in love with Claude not so long time ago. And currently, we are literally going through every single task that we do, our team have been doing, and going through how can we have AI producing these tasks. So that means that the thing we just set up now is that we train Claude in understanding our templates. Every time we do client trainings, we have a workbook for the client, we have our speaker material of the presentation we have, and then the speaker material for us. Just remind us about what is the things that we're going through in the different exercises and what's the important key points at each page. We put that into Claude now, and we now got Claude to produce them for us, because what I realized is it's so much easier for me to speak than to write.
It's still us. It's 100% of our ideas.
Yeah.
It literally does 80 to 90% of the work backend, so that we can refine it and make it 100%, saving us like hours per day. And on the topic of silent team, can we distinguish a little bit? What do we mean when we talk about a silent team?
Well, first of all, as simple as when we had 16 people in our team, we got to a place where we were just growing so rapidly that the only thing we needed is like every time we needed to solve any problem in our business, who can solve this? Hire the person, get them into the team. And we kept growing the team. And when we grow the team, we absolutely need to have SOPs for everyone. So we had different SOPs so everyone knew what to do. But no matter what, there were so many questions coming back. Hey, can you just take a look at this? Hey, how do I do this? Is this all right? So I got interrupted all day long. It was like being an assistant to the assistant. We hired.
So if we just digest the problems, slow it down slightly, and I'm not talking about working slower or growing slower. I'm just talking about really diving into, okay, so what does a simple solution to this kind of problem look like? Because where we ended up was that we needed to run in between our team members in a way that was killing all of our free time.
I think a lot of coaches believe that, or maybe have the idea that they don't want to scale their business because they don't want a team. A lot of the people who says like that is people who've had a team before in a previous business, like I have, you have. I think it's important to be aware of that false belief that if I need to grow my business, I need to have a team, because we can grow a business and also understand that building a team is not something bad. It's not hard. We just want to have the right team members. Today, when we speak about silent team, it's like absolutely AI has taken over. We can still have our team members doing specific things. We definitely have our VA. She's amazing. She's also taking care of our client support. We also have our marketing manager, chief operating officers. We have a team member in our delivery to our clients, a master coach. We do have different people doing specific tasks, but today there's a lot of things we can automate ourselves of as well, and we can use AI a whole lot.
And that is what kind of binds together what we call a silent team.
Yes.
It's a system that is applied to work and make your business more efficient.
If you don't have a system working for you, you need to invent the wheel again and again and again. And you need to redo like the same stuff again and again and again.
Yeah, and bottom line is that it becomes like a chokehold on you as a person.
It's about you, yeah. I think one thing, though, is to understand that you cannot just hire someone and expect them to just run by themselves. You cannot go in and expect to hire someone and then say, hey, I don't want to train that person. I just want that person to go in and do stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a very good point.
Just really need to be...
That's a really good point. But at the same time, looking into people's teams, they do not work with star players. They aren't looking for people who can actually contribute to the business by their own design. And currently, all the people working with us, everyone involved, are all contributing with something that is beyond what I know and what I can and what you know and what you can.
Yeah.
Which means that they actually add to the team equation.
Yes. But I also believe that's because of the stage we're in. Because if you go back in time and you look at your first hire, our first hire was having a VA. When your business is below, like I would say, below 20K, you should hire a VA. When you're just hitting 10K a month is a good place to hire a VA, so you can give away some of the work, because you will be the bottleneck in your business if you keep wanting to be the only person who can do stuff in your business. And I understand, for me, it's been really hard with the fear of losing control.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm able to do it. I know I want to do it. I know a lot of things. So sometimes it's just easy. And I know that's been a problem for you as well, to give away the work.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. You want to have star players, but honestly, I don't believe a lot of people can afford having star players in the beginning of their business. In the beginning, you want someone to take in the task. And I think the market has changed a lot last couple of years. Since now today, we have so many AI tools out there that can do so much of the work.
Yeah.
And do a lot of the work that your VA used to do. I wouldn't say you go without a VA. I would say today you probably want to train your VA using AI more. So the VA can do more of that on your behalf.
Yeah, and I think the first hire is always going to be about administration and doing the simple tasks that are very, very easy to execute on. One of our VAs, she's a young woman. She is on top of everything. She is excited about doing the work. She's committed to our cause. She's committed to it. And sure, we are paying her a fair bit of money for the work that she's doing, but that is still something that we could have afforded. And I would hire, if I knew that this person was out there, I would hire her like 2 months into starting this business as well, just because I know the kind of quality. So don't be afraid to try someone out and then also let them go if they aren't kind of starting to get on by their own machine.
We need to learn a lot, and we need to hire wrong a lot of times. And something might be right today and wrong in 6 months. And sometimes you do hires that is only going to be in your business for half a year, maybe a year. And that's okay. It's just a part of growing the business. You need some specific things. So there was nothing wrong with the people we had in the business and don't have anymore. They were a great fit at that time. But as the business evolved, it wasn't great. And we wanted to have a more simplified.
Yeah, and it's always coming back at us. Great people doing great things, but because of how we treated it and because we fixed problems by hiring more people rather than creating and focusing on systems, it became impossible for them to deliver on their own expectations on themselves, which meant that it was hard for them to work with us because there wasn't any clear guidelines of how to act or behave in certain different occasions or happenings or problems that turned up in the business. Instead of trying to lap it all together by hiring more people, really take your time figuring out how do I want my business to show up in these occasions. Because it isn't hard and you already know the answer. But you need to dare to stop and kind of look at it long enough to come up with something of importance.
So can we go a step back? Like, how do you do this? And I think this step number one for you as a business owner is, first of all, you need to know there's just some things you're good at and there's some things you suck at, to be honest. There's some things that is good that you spend your time doing, and there's some things you should not be doing in your business. And when we know if it's good or bad for you to do it, is like, is it money making activities, or is it not making you any money? Doing this task, and will it make you money or not make you money?
And when you're looking at that, don't fool yourself. That's one of the biggest mistakes that you can do. No, but I'm creating content, I'm creating templates, I'm creating these beautiful things that I'm going to be able to use again and again and again, and it is going to make me money. Yes, like look into your behavior and see, do you have a tendency to always angle yourself towards the things that makes it look pretty rather than making you money? Core money making activities, getting leads into your world, moving leads forward, and then selling to them, making them into clients.
Yeah.
Most important, every coach below 20,000 euros a month needs to have a very strong core focus towards these three activities: getting
Making
leads,
money.
moving leads, and then selling to these leads.
Yeah.
Because the moment you have that done, all of a sudden you get resources, and then you can start to develop something that is amazing, instead of you creating something that you need to change in 6 months anyway because your business outgrew it, or you realized you didn't need it, or whatever it could be.
So once you discovered like what are all the tasks I need to do, we want to put it into understanding like where you're completely incompetent. You suck at it, you're bad at it, you hate it.
Yeah.
Because we all have things that gets us going and things that don't. Then we have the things where you're competent, you can do it, but it does drain you to do those tasks. Then we have some tasks that you're excellent at. That means that you're good at it, but you don't love doing it. And then we have those tasks that is your genius. You love doing it, and it's really easy for you. It comes easy to you.
You're getting great results, and you're having fun doing it.
So if we look at that, then we can start rating, like literally rate all the tasks you have. What are all the things that needs to happen in my business? We need to know, is there anything here I can eliminate? And of course, start by all the things that you hate doing and you're not good at. Start from the back and go forward. And then there's some things we look at and say, hey, can I automate this? Can I put it into a system and automate that this task is being done? Then we have tasks that we want to delegate. We can't automate it, but can we delegate it to someone else? Can we have someone to do it? But I think what is really interesting at the moment is when we start automating the task that we can do. So now I started setting up Claude to actually go in every morning, go through all of my emails, and what is important for me, everything else can be just deleted.
Yeah, and just to make sure that we clarify this properly, like if you are starting out, don't focus on the big AI things. This is when it's time to start building out a team.
Yeah.
And when is it time to start building out a team? Well, when you have processes to actually give away.
Yeah.
When you're starting to make 20,000 euros, 30,000 euros, then it makes perfect sense because then you're actually achieving some consistency and you're getting a decent amount of clients per month. Between 10 and 20,000 euros a month, your job is to learn everything you need to learn by doing it yourself. Then you can hire a VA that can help you with the administration and help you sort stuff out and do automated things that you would do anyway, like manage your social media account.
And I believe most people are getting help today writing content in ChatGPT, Claude, or anything else, like one of these AI bots that help you. It's important that it's still in your voice and it's following the content strategy, so it understands what level of content it's supposed to be and what's the purpose of the content, which is why it's not a good idea to just go into ChatGPT and say, hey, write me a piece of content. Like if you don't have a content strategy and you get AI to write your content, it doesn't really make any sense.
It's going to fly all over the place. And that's exactly what I wanted to emphasize, to make sure that it's super clear that if you don't know how to create content that attracts engagement enough, then AI will not be able to do it for you. Like AI is amazing, but I want you to understand that AI is just intelligence. It's an engine. Systems is what we're looking for. If you are not able to differentiate and see what is the system, then you're never going to have AI to create anything of substance for you that you're going to be able to use and leverage for your business. Systems, when you have a system, an idea of the flow and how and what and strategy of how it's supposed to be executed, then you can do a lot of cool things with AI.
Can you share a little bit others? Because one of the big things for us as coaches is that we've been having a lot of setters. And now we cut away literally all our setters. Like, how do we use a silent team instead of having setters?
Well, so what we did was that we built out a machine. We trained an AI that generates conversation for us with our supervision. So anything that is said by the AI is in our brand voice, connected to what is going on in our business right now, connected to the topics, the podcast, the tutorials, all of the things that we are literally creating. And it's being able to facilitate a conversation based on this in a tone of voice that represents us. Yeah. And the experience that we've heard so far is that it's great.
Actually, today, we had a person this morning coming into our funnel from an ad into one of our funnels. And our AI agent booked a call And we had a sales call this afternoon, and I was having that call, and I spoke to the guy, and he literally told me, I love the way you had the conversation with me. That was our AI actually having that. And now we're here. He registered, and he's now in our program.
Yeah, it's started up.
So that is what happens without having any human on the way. But he had a beautiful experience, and now he's going to come into the human us, and we're going to work with him.
And up until now, I haven't seen any single conversation. Every conversation has been decent, and it's been treating people kindly and with dignity. And I think that's the most important part, because it's representing us.
Yeah. And I think there's one more place where you can add having a system like ManyChat in your DMs. If you work on Instagram, if you work on Facebook pages, doesn't work on your Facebook profile, personal profile. Might be other tools, but we use it on our Instagram. ManyChat. It's cheap, it's easy to set up, and it will literally start a lot of conversations. That is one of the places everyone should start having the first automation, because it's literally making sure you're starting conversations with your followers. So that's an easy setup where you can say you don't need to have today. But when we started, you needed to have a setter. Do that first, start conversations with literally everyone. Today, you can have ManyChat doing that. Today, we have flow chat that can literally go in and comment and connect with people. So you don't need to have that human connect with people. You can train it to know who to connect to. Again, are things that we use to train our VAs to do. But however, if you're doing a bad job and you train an AI to do a bad job, well, it's not going to do a good job for you. It still do a bad job. So you still need to know what you're doing. So spend the time from doing 0 to 10K month, 15K month to learn. Like literally do everything to learn. After that, you have something to put into to build up your automations. So even today, when you have a team, I just want to share that what we did to help the team out is that we made now custom GPTs for the admin team. So if they had a question from a client and they didn't know how to respond before, they would come to us and ask. Now they have custom GPTs. So they will know how to answer the person and like how we would answer. So every time they were going to do the captions for this podcast, again, they were writing it and asking, hey, is it good enough? Now we have some clear rules for how it needs to be and what they need to add to it. So now again, there's a system. So they have a custom chat GPT to just put in the transcript and it will go and fetch like, what is the call to actions? What is the things it's giving away? So all of these things are automated today.
Yeah.
So systems like taking away so much of your work for you and making it much easier for your team as well.
So to wrap this up, if you feel like you don't want to do this alone, because honestly, who would like to?
Yeah, and what should you focus on right now?
100%. Then, and if you want to work with us for free, then come join us at one of our monthly events to help you with what's going on in your business right now to make sure that you're moving forward with a proven system that actually works for you. You will find a registration link below this video so that you can go follow along. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, but listening to this podcast online somewhere, then you'll find the same link on YouTube. Just go to the episode and you'll be able to join us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll meet you in another video very soon.